Welcome one and all to another Mikey Live program. I am your host, Mikey Hutchinson, and we are coming to you live from the Spice Isle of the Caribbean, that is Grenada. It's Friday, and we have to say thank God it is Friday. It's another beautiful weekend, it seems. And so we're just here to tell you what the important things are and then let you go on your way and do whatever it is that you have planned for tonight and the rest of the weekend. I'm sure it's going to be good. What will we be talking about tonight? Preston McSween called up by West Indies cricket team, and that's very good news for him as well. Kirani Finishes fourth. We'll talk about that. Grenada to share COVID-19 vaccines as well. Robbery at the Victoria gas station. We'll talk to you about that. And former magistrates evading the law? The question is asked by a newspaper here in Grenada. So these are your headlines. Of course, we're going to get to the details when we return from our first break. And we got to let you know the headlines was brought to you through the kind compliments of the Communal Cooperative Credit Union, Real Value IG Supermarket, Coates Grenada Limited, Digicel, Nawasa, the Housing Authority of Grenada. We'd like to say thank you guys. And of course, we are ready for another day of news. As we take our first break, we want to encourage you to please go ahead and share the business so that other people get to know that we are live. Usual suspects, hello to you. First time viewers, hello as well. We are coming back. Again, if you have not yet done so, please go ahead and share the business.
Refresh and win! Refresh and win $10,000 cash with Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola. Yes, you could be the lucky winner of $10,000 cash when you enjoy a 591 ml or 355 ml Coca-Cola Original Taste or 591 ml Sprite. Look under the special yellow cap to find your unique code and text to 423-1131 or enter via the web portal lnq.in/Coca-Cola-GD to win weekly cash prizes, grocery vouchers, meal vouchers, mobile credits, free Coca-Cola, or the grand prize of $10,000 cash. Refresh and enter as often as you like. Coca-Cola. Open for better. Terms and conditions apply. Visit Coca-Cola Grenada on Facebook and Instagram for details. Please follow all COVID-19 protocols when redeeming prizes.
Running low on groceries? Why not visit realvalueiga.com and experience our new online shopping platform? Place your order, then go out and enjoy your day to spend more time with friends and family. Free delivery available within select locations or in-store pickup available. Sounds simple, right? It is. Stress less, live more with Real Value IGA online store, where good food begins.
We support you at every stage of your life.
For business,
for your education,
for your financial freedom.
for that new ride.
Upgrade your life with the Communal. Contact us today.
How going on, boy?
Hey, good old things.
Hey, easy.
Yeah.
Boy, in line, boy. Your house looking a real good day.
Boy, it's thanks to the hard-working and professional staff at the Housing Authority of Grenada. They handled me real nice. They did my plan, they did the construction, and I didn't even have to worry about a thing. They were there with me every step of the way, supervising the job, asking me about my concerns, giving me feedback as the house took shape. They were there from start to finish, and even put the keys in the palm of my hand. I give them an A++ for customer service.
Oh, it's people from housing bad, boy.
Boy, not bad. Excellent. If you're thinking about constructing your home, why not consult the Housing Authority of Grenada? You could visit them right down in the Sandino complex or give them a call 440-1015 or 440-1016 or check out their website hag473.com. They go handle you. They go jog your blocks, they go draw your plan, they go tote your materials. Hey man, where you going? The Housing Authority of Grenada. It's your choice for affordable housing and a stress-free construction experience.
Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store now has amazing deals, special discounted prices on wedding sets, watches, and selected jewelry. We sell top brand jewelry and watches like Citizen at the best price. We offer the best deals and customer service on the island. Opening hours Mondays to Saturdays, 9:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store, located at the Esplanade Mall, St. George's, Grenada. Visit or call us today for 14-3114-232-1234 or WhatsApp 533-1581. Sale is on for a limited time only.
Are you prepared for the hurricane season? Do you have a plan? Remember, water is essential in any emergency plan. Determine your family's water needs. Ensure your storage containers are food grade and store at minimum 35 gallons of water per person per day for at least 1 week. Understand that your planning may be different this year because of the need to protect yourself and others from COVID-19. Take the necessary actions to ensure that your household has an adequate stored water supply should there be an interruption. Be prepared. NAWASA, committed to meeting customers' needs.
That's right, they are committed to meeting customers' needs. Tonight, we're in here to play. We're going to be about 30 minutes. I owe every one of you $100 if I am here longer than 30 minutes. I mean me. We ain't counting the national report. Alright? $100 for every one of you. By the way, please share the program. That's if I go longer than I say I will. Alright, so we're starting now. Let's go. Okay, so the first thing that we have to tell all you about the man on your screen, the young man on your screen, that's Preston McSween. Now, we have to say congrats to him on being called up for the 3rd time by the West Indies cricket team. He was selected by the Cricket West Indies selection panel to join the 30-man squad for a 3-week high-performance red ball training camp in St. Lucia. The training camp is in its 2nd week. The squad is preparing for the upcoming test series against South Africa from June 10th to the 22nd of 2021. McSween's first test tour with the West Indies was in England and then New Zealand. Both tours were in 2020. And so we have to wish him all the best. Very young, very talented youth. And of course, let's wish him good luck, all right? We are moving on. We're not staying long. Let's go. The next thing that we have to tell all you about, Grenada's Minister for Health, Ms. Honorable Nicholas Steele, has confirmed that the government is contemplating giving regional countries some of its COVID-19 vaccine stock that is close to expiration. Steele said Grenada has held discussions with some countries on the matter, but he did not identify which are those countries. He says, we have been approached by other countries. We also need to remember that our first delivery of vaccines came from a shared agreement with our OECS, Organization of Eastern Caribbean States countries, and therefore the principle of sharing has existed from day one with our OECS and CARICOM brothers and sisters, he said. He says, I see no reason why that principle, because we have vaccines that cannot be used in time, cannot be done. It will be regrettable to have them go to waste, he says. Now, Grenada rolled out its COVID-19 vaccination program in early February with the AstraZeneca vaccine from Dominica and Barbados. More than 17,000 people have been inoculated since then, and just around 7,917, just thereabout, of those are now fully vaccinated. All right, health officials have said that since announcing that the island's vaccine stock is approaching its expiration date, there has been a steady increase in the number of people coming forward to be vaccinated. Thousands of doses due to expire on June 27th. They are still available. Grenada this week received just about 21, I think it was, 1,000 more vaccines. Of course, it's the doses, that is, and that is the AstraZeneca vaccine. Now, Kirani James, boy, he was again in high praises for doing really well today in the Doha Diamond League. All right, he registered a time of 44.61 seconds and that earned him the 4th place in that race. He pulled through in fine style. It was a very, very, very competitive encounter. He was running out of lane 6, all right, and he finished in a season's best of 44.61 seconds, shaving off about 0.13 seconds of the old mark at 44.74. Now, Kirani finished behind Michael Norman of the United States, who won in a time of 44.27 seconds. Jose Anthony Zambrano of Colombia in 44.57, and Fred Curley of the United States in 44.61. So you could see all 44. All right, and Vernon Norwood of the USA was 5th in 44.87 seconds. So of course it was a very, very, very competitive race. So he's not always gonna win. Come on, what's that? You know, and when it matters, he pulls through. All right, so that was the Diamond League, and it was competitive. The top finishers were within the 44 seconds mark. All right, and so we continue to support him and wish him all the best. He is still our winner. All right, we are moving on. How are we looking for time? All right, so the next thing that we have to tell you about, boy, there was a robbery at the Victoria gas station last night, and they say the alleged robbers made off and left a wig behind. You know, just when you thought you saw it all, they say that the robber, they say that the robber left a wig behind, and police say that their investigations are continuing. Now, officers attached to the Western Division, they are investigating that report of a robbery with violence, which occurred at the Victoria gas station on Thursday night. They say it happened at approximately 9 p.m. And everybody watching Mikey live, you know, they say this is time to move. Anyway, the assailants escaped with an undisclosed amount of cash. Now, police is asking anyone with information of the incident. You're asked to contact the police emergency at 911, Victoria Police Station at 444-8424, Guelph Police Station at 442-8224, police hotline at 444-1958, or the nearest police station. Now, initially, it was reported that it was robbery at gunpoint, but upon further investigation by our news team, we were told that it was not with the use of a gun, rather what appeared to be a cutlass. All right, so just needed to clear that up. All right. Anyway, let's move on. Now we are entering into the In the Papers segment, and this one is coming from the Informer. It is not often that when one is by the magistrate's court, they hear the name of a former magistrate being called out by the police in front of the magistrate's court door. However, last week, Tuesday, was one of those days when this happened, and the response was, "No appearance, Your Honor." The officer did not allow me to go inside of the courtroom, although I showed her my press ID. She said because of the COVID-19 protocol, they could not have too many persons inside of the court. I waited outside until the lawyer for the defendant, Dr. Francis Alexis, came outside and asked him where was his client. He said that he was, that moment, going to try to call him to see where he was. I reminded him that over 3 years ago, when this same former magistrate was supposed to appear before this same court, he failed to show up. And it was then Attorney Peter David who stood up and represented him when the magistrate was about to issue a bench warrant for his arrest. At that time, some persons saw the former magistrate in the area of Grandans Valley driving with a bear in one hand, according to this newspaper. David told the court that he believes the former magistrate was sick and that he would ensure that he showed up in court the next time. Driving without due care and attention, failing to produce a driver's license, driving without a license. These were the 3 charges written on the board outside. Commissioner of Police versus the former magistrate. Attention was immediately drawn to that board after his name was called and persons started talking, obviously saying things like, these are the persons we are expected to uphold, or we expect to uphold the law. But it seemed that they are the bigger lawbreakers. Imagine, not only was he charged for those offenses, but he refused to respect the very court which he sat in as a magistrate for years by just not showing up, and it's not the first time. Now, after this former magistrate had allegedly knocked down a gentleman from Carriacou on Wall Street about 3.5 years ago, the gentleman eventually died, and he was charged then for driving without a driver's license. It was not quite clear whether or not these same charges are the ones that remain up until now, or if there are new charges, since the former magistrate is seen driving on the public road every day. Attempts to get some clarity from this attorney or from his attorney later proved futile, since there was no answer on any of his phones. Some persons feel that this particular former magistrate is frustrating the legal system more than it already is, but just deciding to avoid prosecution. Deciding to avoid prosecution. But when the shoe was on the other foot, he did not hesitate to ensure that the full force of the law was meted out. In fact, working now as an attorney, he has caused great pain to a family and to many other persons, it was said. This particular family, whose son is now doing 8 years in prison for a crime he did not commit, is still heartbroken after the attorney advised him to plead guilty and that he would get him out, but fled the scene thereafter, will forever be hurt and disappointed at the same time. Now, no one is above the law, and for that matter, we are reminded that if this was one of us, the ordinary guy from the street, a bench warrant would have been quickly issued for our arrest and possibly remanded. So, why should the same law not be applied to this former magistrate? Someone asked. It is time that the playing field is leveled and that the law should be one size fits all. The same law that is applied to one should be applied to all. What is good for the goose is good for the gander, someone said. The general public would like to know what is happening to this matter, since it is of great concern to all. The other question that they are asking is whether this former magistrate is the holder of a driver's license, or if he just failed to pay his license. Either way, it's a dangerous precedent to set, since everybody else must have a valid driver's license to drive on the road. Not only that, but God forbid there should be another fatal accident. Another family will be hurting as this former magistrate keeps on running from the law. All right, and this is an article that we took from the Informer. And of course, you can always purchase the papers there, all right? And then we have one other matter that we need to share with you, but this one is coming from St. Lucia. You guys will remember we told you about about a year ago, the disappearance of a man following him being in police custody. Well, 1 year later, he is still missing.
1 year after the disappearance of 33-year-old Corinth father, Cornell Seals, family and friends still don't have answers. Seals, according to relatives, was allegedly in police custody at the Grosley police station on May 22nd, 2020, and subsequently was admitted to the Grosley Polyclinic for medical assistance after being involved in an altercation. His sister, Michelle Ogis, since then has been in search of a brother, but her efforts have proven futile.
In May, we just stopped seeing him, and then a neighbor told my mom that he was at the neighbor was at the polyclinic, and he saw the police come in with Cornell, and Cornell was in a fight, an altercation with somebody, and the police brought him in. He was arrested. As I made the post on Facebook looking for him, somebody confirmed that she saw him there as well in police custody. She was the one who told them his name, and that was the last time anybody can confirm that they saw him.
Auguste says that family members are puzzled about what may have transpired on the day of his disappearance. She says that her brother is mentally unstable and wandered about the streets.
We've tried to get him to come home. Every time my eldest brother comes down, he would bring him home. But then he would act up again and leave. I believe for the family, the fear is that he's probably dead somewhere and we don't know.
Augie says she's not giving up the search for her brother. She says prior to his arrest, he was involved in a dispute with her mother. The incident occurred at Corinth, where he resided. In May, he was seen in his neighborhood. Since then, his sister has combed the entire area in desperate search of her brother. She also received reports that her brother was seen in the Mon areas. Auguste says since his disappearance, her mother attempted to file a missing persons report, but officers at the Grosseday police station turned her away because they were told that Seals is an adult, according to Auguste. She says she will again attempt to file a report on Thursday, May 27. Cecil Actil, NBC Prime.
1 year later. Would you imagine 1 year later? That's just slackness. Anyway, what we're going to do right now is take a quick break, and I told you. All right, we're going to take a quick break and return shortly. When we come back, we've got the national report and we've got the weather.
Refresh and win. Refresh and win $10,000 cash with Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola. Yes, you could be the lucky winner of $10,000 cash when you enjoy a 591 ml or 355 ml Coca-Cola original taste or 591 ml Sprite. Look under the special yellow cap to find your unique code and text to 423-1131 or enter via the web portal lnq.in/Coca-Cola GD to win weekly cash prizes, grocery vouchers, meal vouchers, mobile credits, free Coca-Cola, or the grand prize of $10,000 cash. Refresh and enter as often as you like. Coca-Cola. Open for better. Terms and conditions apply. Visit Coca-Cola Grenada on Facebook and Instagram for details. Please follow all COVID-19 protocols when redeeming prizes.
Running low on groceries? Why not visit realvalueiga.com and experience our new online shopping platform? Place your order, then go out and enjoy your day to spend more time with friends and family. Free delivery available within select locations or in-store pickup available. Sounds simple, right? It is. Stress less, live more with Real Value IGA online store, where good food begins.
We support you at every stage of your life.
For business.
For your education.
For your financial freedom.
For that new ride.
Upgrade your life with the Communal. Contact us today.
A message by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
You want a hand sanitizer to do 3 things: kill germs, be gentle, and to go where you go. You can get all of that in our hand sanitizer. Hard on germs, gentle on hands, affordable. Remember, hand sanitizers contain alcohol. Keep away from heat and flames and avoid contact with eyes. Available at retailers island-wide.
A message by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
How going on, boy?
Hey, good old things.
Hey, they easy.
Yeah.
Boy, in line, boy. Your house looking a real good day.
Boy, it's thanks to the hard-working and professional staff at the Housing Authority of Grenada. They handled me real nice. They did my plan, they did the construction, and I didn't even have to worry about a thing. They were there with me every step of the way, supervising the job, asking me about my concerns, giving me feedback as the house took shape. They were there from start to finish, and even put the keys in the palm of my hand. I give them an A++ for customer service.
Boy, people from housing bad, boy.
Boy, not bad. Excellent. If you're thinking about constructing your home, why not consult the Housing Authority of Grenada? You could visit them right down in the Sandino complex or give them a call 440-1015 or 440-1016 or check out their website hag473.com. They go handle you. They go jog your blocks, they go draw your plan, they go tote your materials. Hey man, where you going? The Housing Authority of Grenada is your choice for affordable housing and a stress-free construction experience.
Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store now has amazing deals, special discounted prices on wedding sets, watches and selected jewelry. We sell top brand jewelry and watches like Citizen at the best price. We offer the best deals and customer service on the island. Opening hours Mondays to Saturdays 9:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store, located at the Esplanade Mall, St. George's, Grenada. Visit or call us today for 143114-232-1234 or WhatsApp 533-1581. Sale is on for a limited time only.
This month, make it all about her with a gift from Courts. Shop today and enjoy up to 30% off selected rugs, accessories, and more. Get the most stylish appliances, home furnishings, and more. Plus, shop today with Ready Finance and we'll pay your first and last installment. You can also shop online at www.shopcourts.com for the same great savings. So make it all about her with something special from Courts. Courts, bringing value home.
Are you prepared for the hurricane season? Do you have a plan? Remember, water is essential in any emergency plan. Determine your family's water needs. Ensure your storage containers are food grade and store at minimum 35 gallons of water per person per day for at least 1 week. Understand that your planning may be different this year because of the need to protect yourself and others from COVID-19. Take the necessary actions to ensure that your household has an adequate stored water supply should there be an interruption. Be prepared. Nawasa, committed to meeting customers' needs.
Anywhere at any time and have it delivered to you right here in Grenada at yogo.gd.
Tourism and Civil Aviation Minister Honorable Dr. Clarice Modest-Kerwin says increased JetBlue flights presents hope for the economy and the tourism sector. We'll have details of this story and more in the National Report. Welcome back. With the details to the news for Friday, May 28th, 2021, I am Sharian Noel. With increased flight numbers from JetBlue and encouraging ongoing dialogue with other airlines, Grenada's Minister for Tourism and Civil Aviation says there is hope for the local tourism sector. During an interview with the Government Information Service, Honorable Dr. Clarice Modes-Kerwin said the economy also stands to benefit with increased activity in the sector. The tourism industry was severely impacted as a result of the pandemic and is now showing some signs of recovery.
Flights are coming in, tourists are coming. I'm pleased to see that JetBlue is doing daily flights. American has 2 flights per week, but I'm understanding that those flights are fully booked, and so discussions are underway to see how we can get more flights into the country. We know that we're amber with UK, but it's good news and bad news. We would have liked to be in the green, of course. However, amber does not prohibit visits into the country, just says that, be careful.
An optimistic Minister for Tourism and Civil Aviation says that Grenada as a country has to be prepared for when the time comes and continue to do what is necessary to keep our borders and people safe.
With Grenada Tourism Authority and the board and GHTA, we're preparing ourselves. I cannot speak to the resumption of the industry in a serious way without talking about vaccination, because we know that up till now is the only proven way to get your numbers reduced quickly and prevent the spread of the disease. And therefore, if we are going to be inviting people to our shores, we expect them to come in vaccinated so that they are not a part of the problem, but they are part of the solution. And we expect persons who provide services for them, our tour operators, our taxi drivers, our frontline workers at the airport who interact with them, frontline workers in the hotels especially, housekeeping and all of that, people who interact closely. The reality is that anywhere you're going to interact with people, because COVID can only be transmitted from people to people.
The reality, Dr. Modes-Kerwin says, is that we as a country have to pay close attention to how we treat the whole issue of vaccines, vaccinated and unvaccinated people.
The COVID team is looking at that, GHT and others are looking at that, and I expect very soon that some public pronouncements and announcements will be made in that regard. Even as we look at cruise again and the cruise ship visitors, they frequent this place, they love the tours, and we are in discussions, and again we're leaning to having fully vaccinated guests or visitors, fully vaccinated crew. So I just want to add my word of encouragement to our Grenadian people. Throughout this tri-island state, there are opportunities for vaccinations. It's on the radio, it's on the different media in Grenada, and so it is free, it's available. So avail yourselves to it, and let's get this tourism industry back on track.
Moving along, Grenada is taking steps to ensure better supervision and regulation of virtual asset businesses in the country. Minister for Finance, Honorable Gregory Boeing, presented the Virtual Assets Business Bill in the House of Representatives last Friday. The bill, developed as part of an initiative by the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank, will allow for greater monitoring of virtual assets businesses within the Eastern Caribbean Currency Union, ECCU, through registration and supervision. It will also support government's digital transformation agenda. Once the bill receives a nod from both houses of Parliament, it will assist in the development of a regulatory framework for the sustainability plan in keeping with government's national digital agenda. According to the Finance Minister, the Virtual Assets Business Bill will allow Grenada and other member states to introduce a licensing regime that will be overseen by the national regulators in each country. In Grenada's case, the Grenada Authority for the Regulation of Financial Institutions, GAFIN, will serve as a regulatory body. Minister Bowen explained that registering as a virtual assets business means that virtual assets will be accepted as a form of payment for a product or service from a vendor.
It can be traded and it can be used for payment. So it is something alongside the dollars, the EC dollar, or the US dollar, or the Trinidad and Tobago dollar. It can carry on its own set of activities. And first, you can also use it for investment. This is the entity that's proposed here. Dominica will have a similar internal regulatory commission already in place, and their business will fall under that. So if you have a virtual asset, and that asset could be very tricky, it is along the same line as Bitcoin, where you have so many transactions and so forth, and they define a transaction by such a place. You have to put a prospectus out on this virtual asset to say what it is worth. And so people will be registered in Grenada, like the leader of the opposition could bring forward his digital component. He could go to GAFIN, and GAFIN will look at it and say, okay, we'll register you for it. Then you can trade for this. You and I may not accept it as payment, but Roberts and Huggins may accept it as payment.
Minister Bowen says the region does not want to be left behind in this economic transformation. The bill, he said, will provide for an easier, safer way of doing business.
It's a new area that we're moving in, and this region does not want to be left behind. That is why the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank, under the leadership of the distinguished governor, is promoting this. And hopefully, people believe that the economic powers that be, the member for St. Patrick West this morning talk about the powers that be. The member for the tongue of St. George mentioned that grouping again. That could be blocking you in so many ways. And one is to remove your corresponding bank. So you want to pay for something in US dollars, keep your EC. There's nothing you could do with it. You can't pay to bring down the goods. But with the virtual currency, you pay the man, you pay the firm you buying it from over there. This comes in, comes down to you, he gets payment for it. You could invest in securities. Yes, the same securities we're talking about there. Once those companies will want it, you can do it.
Moving along, fisher folk at the Grove and Melville Street fish markets now feel a greater sense of security with lights fully restored at the facilities. This was made possible by the Ministry of Sports, Culture and the Arts, Fisheries and Cooperatives following a recent meeting to listen to the concerns of fishers about safety of their boats and fishing gear. Recommendations made were taken on board by the ministry. Following the meeting, the ministry conducted a site visit to make a thorough assessment of the repair and maintenance work needed at all the fish markets on the island. Promptly thereafter, an official request was made to the Financial Complex Limited to begin restorative work on the lights at the facilities. That work was completed on May 20, 2021. Fishers have expressed their appreciation to the ministry for swiftly addressing their needs and say they look forward to the other rehabilitative work planned by the ministry. This is the National Report. The news will continue after the break.
Protect yourself and our community from COVID-19. Wash your hands frequently with soap and water for at least 20 seconds. If soap and water are not available, use an alcohol-based hand sanitizer with at least 70% alcohol. Use a tissue when blowing your nose, sneezing, or coughing. Immediately discard the tissue properly and wash or sanitize your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Let's do our part to ensure that each and every Grenadian remains healthy. To stay up to date, visit the Government of Grenada's webpage or the Ministry of Health's Facebook page. For more information, contact the Ministry of Health's hotline by calling 53-VIRUS. This has been a public service announcement brought to you by the Ministry of Health.
Welcome back. A special meeting of CXC's council, which comprises governments from across the region, has agreed, among others, to delay sitting of the regional examinations by a further 2 weeks. Details in this report by Annette Moore.
CXC held a meeting on May 25th where members reviewed and accepted a report from CXC's School Examinations Committee, which made recommendations on the strategy for the 2021 regional examinations. This came from discussions at CARICOM's Council of Human and Social Development 28th session on May 12th, 2021. The revised strategy for the 2021 regional examinations is as follows. 1. CXC will administer CAPE, CSEC, and the Caribbean Certificate of Secondary Level Competence CCSLC examinations in their original format. 2. CXC will delay the sitting of the regional examinations by a further 2 weeks. This will provide candidates the extra time to prepare for exams. Therefore, examinations will begin Monday, June 28, 2021. The exam duration for CAPE and CSEC is June 28th to July 30th, 2021. Results will be released the last week in September to the first week in October 2021. And 3. The time for the submission of the School-Based Assessment, SBA, has been extended. The deadline for the submission of SBAs will be extended to June 30th, 2021 for all CSEC and CAPE examinations. Deputy Chief Education Officer with responsibility for exams, Michelle Peters-George, is appreciative of the extension.
The examination was scheduled to start for the 14th of June, and now it will be starting on the 20th. So you're talking about a 2 weeks window. It gives the students much more time to prepare for the examination because we know what happened with the effects of COVID-19. Although it was not as severe in Grenada as the other countries, with the COVID, there were setbacks, you know. We started a little later, September, and so that sort of affected students. So that time that we have now, I think schools could really use that opportunity to ensure that students, you know, brush up on the last minute areas, concepts, and so that they can perform even better.
However, she also cautioned all involved against complacency despite the extension of the SBA deadline.
Extension up to the 30th of June, but I must inform the public that when CXC says the 30th of June, that's the absolute deadline, which means that the Ministry of Education has the internal deadline that we still have to work with. So schools, they have to also bear that in mind, and parents and so it doesn't mean that everybody should just heave up and say, okay, well, we have a whole long time more. It's just a 2 weeks extension, so persons still have to work and stick to the deadlines basically that we have so that we can get it up to the Caribbean Examinations Council by the 30th of June.
Peters-George also commented on the administration of the exams.
Last year we had a modified approach. That's what CXC used, which means that most subject areas we utilize paper 1 and the SBA. But this year we are back to the original format of the examination. So we're looking at papers 1, 2, and 3, and of course the alternative paper for persons who are private candidates.
CXC will also extend consideration during the grading process to account for the possible psychosocial impact on students' performance to ensure that they are not disadvantaged. The Council has introduced a new level of flexibility for the delayed conduct of on-site moderation with an absolute deadline now set at July 31st, 2021. Other concessions made due to the COVID-19 pandemic include the reduction of SBA requirements by as much as 50% for some subjects, the release of broad topics on May 10th to assist students in studying relevant material. Students now have the option to defer all or some of their exams to January or June 2022, and CXC has also extended the date to indicate deferral to May 31st, 2021. For the first time, CXC will accept SBAs in January 2022 for candidates deferring to sit examinations for subjects offered in that period.
We're not saying that everybody should defer because we know that most persons are basically prepared. We've seen 1 or 2 deferrals coming in, but it's not as much as the other countries, what they're seeing. And so we're really happy with that. at the Ministry of Education, the fact that maybe most persons are feeling that they are basically prepared for the examination and are ready to see the exam. So I think that's a plus. The impact of the COVID has not been that significant as compared to the other countries. And of course, that's one of the main reasons I think that persons have not chosen the deferral. So persons who really have a serious issue, they need to report that to the center. And if it really comes based on the reasoning, of course, the deferral can happen. But it's not just for any reason. It must be a valid reason for a deferral to go forward.
CXC will also work with candidates in St. Vincent and the Grenadines to ensure that they are not disenfranchised as a result of the volcanic eruption. The Council believes that all of these decisions they've made are in the best interest of its stakeholders across the region and will continue to engage stakeholders to this effect. For the National Report, I'm Annette Moore.
And with that story, come to the end of the National Report for Friday, May 28th, 2021. On behalf of the entire news and production team, I am Sharian Noel, thanking you for viewing.
Well, thank you very much, Sherry and Noel, and the rest of the GIS and news team. And we are wishing you guys all the best for the weekend. And so we are just about getting ready to wrap him up for tonight. I think I have it somewhere. So what we're going to do right now is take a look at the weather, and then we are going to get into some, beginning up of a few people. And we did say that we were not going to be staying too long, and I think that we achieved that. Okay, so for the weather for tonight, generally fair with the chance of a few light early morning showers. And tonight's minimum temperature expected to be about 24 degrees Celsius. Winds northeasterly to easterly at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Seas moderate, waves 5 to 7 feet in open waters. A small craft advisory is in effect. And yep, my friends, that's your weather report for tonight. I wonder if I could get to... I'm just quickly looking through my files to see if I can get to the weather for you for Saturday. The weather is expected to be generally fair, hazy, and breezy, and it will become partly cloudy at times, increasing in cloudiness overnight, with few brief to widely scattered showers. And tomorrow's winds northeasterly to southeasterly at 14 to 24 miles per hour. Seas moderate to slightly rough, waves 5 to 7 feet in open waters. A small craft advisory will be in effect for Saturday. The maximum temperature is expected to be about 30.5 degrees Celsius and a minimum 25. On Sunday, weather is expected to be partly cloudy to cloudy, hazy and windy, with few brief to widely scattered showers, mainly during the morning and night time. Max temperature 30 degrees Celsius, minimum 25 degrees Celsius, and winds northeasterly to easterly at 15 to 25 miles per hour, gusting higher at times. Seas expected to be slight to moderate, waves 3 to 5 feet in open waters. And that is your weather report for tonight. And of course, before we go on our merry way, we want to pick up a few. Shireen, Kirin, Ala, Suzette, Judy, Kimo, Alicia, Candy, Lisa, and Deborah, and also Rachel, Raybon, Ezran, Deslin, Patsy, Lucia, Cynthia, Gwendolyn. Hi Gwendolyn, it's been a while. How are you doing? Ventress and Brenda, Shirley, and Atalia. How are you guys doing tonight? I'm so happy to see you guys tonight, all of you. All right, so that's about it, and we're gonna touch base again over the weekend, right? Idris, hey, it's a long time I haven't seen you. How are you? Sandra, Lise, and Brenda, and Marian. I'm seeing different names tonight. Yeah, I'm seeing some different names tonight. I don't know, but anyway, guys, hello to you, and may God bless you. Marian is with us tonight, so we have to say big up to Marian, and Kirin is with us as well. Big up to Kirin. Yes, Ventress, I see you. Who else is with us? Angel. Angel is with us as well. We appreciate you as well, Kirin. Javar is with us, and yes, Shireen is with us as usual. Chemo. Somebody said boycott. Boy. So everyone, thank you for watching, and we'll touch base again. All right? See you guys. All right? Kalisha, take care. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, we all say ja. No. All the best. Take care.